Sup, what up? I'm really bad at scripts. I tried, it doesn't work. Like,
Fight for the first lands!
I've never done this before, but I'm gonna figure it out. But I hope you guys are doing well this holiday season. I'm visiting my parents, so that is a lovely time. That's why I haven't been streaming. Some of you already knew that. But I wanted to do something a little different. I wanted to actually go into how, or like, my world, whenever I'm like analyzing replay stuff, I'm paying attention to what I classify as a mistake, something like maybe I did something really good, but like maybe I missed a little piece that could have made it, I don't know, better. Optimization. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to probably do a few of these. I got some time on my hands and like, I don't know, it's really fun. So hopefully, whether you're new, whether you've been playing for a while, maybe you played on PC, maybe you play Dota, whatever. Like, I feel like everyone has something that they can take away from this, no matter skill level, no matter like expertise or anything like that. But for all those that are new to Wild Rift, I will try to explain some concepts, some fundamentals that are prevalent in the MOBA genre, like wave management, trading, etc., like stuff like that. If you're not really sure about that, feel free to like use the comment section. I will reply to everyone, and I'm willing to have a discussion over it. Maybe I missed something. Maybe I can't see everything. I'm only human. But we are on our path to being the best player we can be, the best person we could be. So part of that is not being afraid to make mistakes and actually learn from them. So hopefully that's what we can do here today, and you guys can join me on that. And like I said, if you have anything to add, maybe I forgot something, maybe you need some clarification on something, dude, comments. I got you. But anyway, let's get into this. All right, so I'm going to be going over this game right here. It was a win. It was a win, but I still died 4 times, and I guarantee you I did not play this perfectly. I definitely didn't play this perfectly, but win or loss, it does not matter. You can learn from any of them. And so like I got some here. I'll probably go through most of these because it's not always about learning from your mistakes, but also finding a way to optimize what you did do correctly, and that's what we're gonna be doing, a mix of both. Trust me, there's plenty of mistakes. I have a little I have a notepad. But let's get started on this. All right, so we have a Zig support, which I've never seen before. Let me switch the fog 4 real quick so we can see what we saw. And I'm gonna put the champion tab right here. I'm trying to remember this game.
Minions have spawned.
All right. So first thing I'm taking note of is Amumu usually starts blue, but dude, this is like high plat, low emerald, so you never really know. So I didn't know if we really had to leash or not. And I've never had a Zig support before, so I'm just trying to think of like, well, what's he good at? Well, he's good at zoning. He's good at throwing the abilities out. He's not like, he's not super. He can spam his abilities. He's not super mana dependent. Let me try to focus here. But yeah, so I do see that Amumu's starting blue side, and I should expect him to be pathing down towards this way as he clears his camps. Let's see. So Tristana's pushing a little bit. Amumu is at his wolves. I'm trying to look back and forth from the map. I basically stare at my map. Like, it basically says like everything that's going on in the game without actually having to move the camera. And it's like, once you get good at reading the map, you should definitely be doing that as often as possible. Seraphine's a little out of position. Ziggs could have got a hit on that, but we're not talking about Ziggs. We're talking about what I could have done. I can't control Ziggs, so I'm not going to worry about that. It doesn't help me get better thinking about what other people can do. A little bit of CS. Amumu is at his Raptors. I don't actually think I saw this because he pinged engage on Jarvan's blue. But, this is my first time. I'm trying to get used to playing on the iPad. So Amumu's coming down, and I guess I'm just blind and don't see it. So this is definitely a missed opportunity. Vayne does use Flash. There is a heal that goes off, but I feel like we could have definitely done something there. Seraphine is awfully low. Jarvan is now mid. He's going towards the Amumu. It looks like they're going to fight over Scuttlecrab, but it's very important, especially with the early levels, to just get as much farm as I can. Maybe that's a mistake. Who knows? I don't know. But I figured the safe bet was just getting these minions and not having them shove them under turret. Maybe I could have roamed up. I'm not sure about that. But so Ziggs is coming from base. I'm getting a little bit of solo farm. That's kind of unnecessary. Yes, a little bit of unnecessary poke. Amumu is right there, but I wasn't really counting on him to do anything too much because I need him to farm too. I don't want to take any fights that aren't really necessary, you know?
Blood. Ally slain.
So their Riven gets first blood. It's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. What's most important is that I just farm. I'm getting a hefty amount of gold though, about 1,400, so I should be thinking of backing as soon as I can. I shoved this minion wave. If you actually, you can see that the next wave of minions is coming, and if you're new to Wild Rift, a good way of telling when the enemy minions are coming is you look at your map and see where your minions are, because they're mirrored on both sides. They're mirrored on both sides. So I knew another wave was coming, and if I wanted to back, I needed to shove the next wave, or else, so their tower would basically kill my minions. Try to take it away from Vayne, but at the very least, keep Vayne at the turret, because she has to farm. She has to farm. So that's kind of what I had in mind. I was like, all right, I'll clear another one. Jarvan just appeared mid. So both of the junglers are mid lane. Vayne is not necessarily there, but I'm not really worried about it. I just want to back and start getting my items. Because Kaisa, she has a very weird build path. Some people, like, you know, you want to max your Q first before you really do any trading, because it is a big difference. We have a little skirmish here. Vayne is out of position. We could have definitely done a little more. I blew my barrier, but I didn't go in, and we healed. So I feel like we may have been able to do something there, but either way, I didn't back. I still have like 1,800 gold, but I really just don't want Vayne and Seraphine to naturally just shove their minions under my turret. Maybe it was a mistake, I'm not sure, but Vayne's about to hit level 6, so that's something to take a note of. Yeah, definitely wasted the barrier there. If I'm gonna use if you're gonna use barrier, you really should like use it. Otherwise, you just get the shield and it looks cool, and then that's it. But I also have no mana. Ziggs is about dead, so I really need to back. I need to work on that. Ziggs is gonna go ahead and back. The dragon is now up, and Amumu's kind of heading down there. Jarvan's there as well. Yeah, I actually ping it right there. Maybe I get the honey fruit, but I have so much gold on me right now, like it hurts. It hurts because I really just want to go back and get some items, but I feel the pressure from them shoving the minions under turrets. So I'm like, well, as long as I don't die, they're not backing either. You know, they're not really backing either. Jarvan is here, however. Is he gonna ult me? No, I thought he did. So that may have been a wasted flash right there. I figured he was gonna ult me, and I was too low to find out. But this is an opportunity to have something done. So their bot lane is now dead. Their jungler is there. But before I go to the dragon, I'm going to make sure to shove the wave, because their turret's going to kill the minions. We're going to get the dragon. I'm actually starting to get some memories of this. It doesn't... I feel like it could have been a little better. This was a pretty drawn-out dragon fight. Amumu actually ended up flashing on the wall. He's actually walking around right now because he flashed over the wall. We do end up getting it, and this should be my signal to just leave. Galio was ulting. I don't know, like I should have left immediately, and I may have actually lived there. So that was definitely one way to get back to base with over 3,000 gold. I just outright buy a Blade of the Ruin King. Let's see what's going on over here. Ziggs trying to keep him away from the turret. He does not have infinite mana. So he's getting poked down. I'm on my way back. I'm on my way back over here. So that's one minion lost. It's not the end of the world, but if you do this all the time, it really does add up, you know? It really does add up. So let's see. Tristana's backing. Ziggs backing. This is a 1v2 for me, so I do not... And we have a little bit of vision, like, right here. But I'm not really in a hurry to really push this as far as I can, not without Ziggs. Let me zoom back on here. So Jarvan is at his blue. The mid tower is about to go down. Vayne has a level on me, so I'm not really in a rush, especially if Seraphine has ultimate. If she has ultimate and Vayne has like condemn, there's definitely a combination that just isn't good for me. But this is a really good bit of damage on me. So Amumu goes on the Vayne. I should have actually probably jumped on the Seraphine because she's kind of out of position. Vayne's getting out of there. Jarvan, not really sure who he's focused on, but the thing is, like, all three of us, if Vayne was leaving, I could have probably just jumped on the Seraphine, and this actually gets me killed, if I remember right. So we could have killed Seraphine, but because we didn't, Seraphine was able to ult. I'm rooted. I can't do anything. Ziggs is over here. Our Amumu just got blown to smithereens. Yeah, I feel like this may have been avoidable. Maybe not. If anyone has the math on that, go right ahead. But yeah, so that was, I think that was like one of my first real mistakes that we could have capitalized on. It's not the end of the world though, it's fine. But Ziggs is barely gonna get out of there. Getting some chunks on this Vayne. She's pretty low mana. He just loves flirting with death, doesn't he? I did just get back up, so I'm on the way. I see there's something going on mid. Tristan is awfully low, but it doesn't seem to really matter. She's gonna get that. Ziggs is backing. I pick up an Executioners because they do have Seraphine, they have double heal. They have double heal, and of course Seraphine's abilities also heal that. But not just that, but it's also about Vayne. I think she might be. Is she building a Bork? Yeah, she has a Bork. So, you know, I just went ahead and bought an Executioners to kind of help with the healing. Gonna leave Seraphine in the bot side right here. Using an iPad, and I'm not quite used to this yet. So I'm learning. So I think Seraphine is gonna get that bot turret. Vayne is MIA. I don't like going into just like the fog of war for, like, you know, Galio is there. That would have been a bad idea. So I come down, I do hit the Seraphine. I don't think we do much with that, do we? I don't remember. Well, okay. Well, Amumu queued a minion, and we got Seraphine's flash anyway. Like I said, just cause you get the dub does not mean you played perfectly, and this is exactly why I'm going through these as well. Tristana's a little pushed. The Herald is up. We're gonna get that top turret basically AFK. It's basically already dead. So we're heading on our way to Herald. Our bot turret did get down, so I'm trying to think of where do I have to be right now? Like, Seraphine and Vayne are way over here. They're gonna be pushing the wave. Like, at least they're here, you know. Galio and Tristana are mid. It doesn't even take 3 people to take the Herald. So maybe for efficiency, maybe like I could have just let Ziggs and Amumu get the Herald while I took like the chickens or something, because then I'd also be backing up the Tristana. And then we do see a Riven up here, but I don't know if this is warded because I feel like she might come to this. I don't know. But anyway. So we do get the Herald, and our next objective should definitely be the Riven. She's under the tower, right? She's definitely overextended. So all 3 of us go get on this Riven. Yeah, I mean, it's basically a safe play. She blows her stun, so she has no way of really like getting her way out of this. There is a little something happening over here, but this Tristan is actually kind of goated and always seems to get out like calculated plays, I guess. So there's at least 3 mid. I don't remember where Galio is, but I think he's over here as well. Yeah, there he is. All right, so Tristan is gonna dip out. The cavalry is coming, but I'm not sure. Well, let me think about it. I'm about 75% health, half mana. Amumu's hardly touched. Ziggs is full health. He's missing a little mana, but his cooldowns are short. Vayne is about to hit level 10. Seraphine is just kind of sitting in lane, so, you know, it looks like 3v1 should be cake. I don't remember too much of the game. Psych, all of them are in the bush. I always joke about saying, you know, if you don't see them on the map, always assume they're going to be in the bush right in front of you, and that kind of stuff is exactly why. That's exactly why I say that. Because more often than it's just a safe bet. Like if you don't see them on the map and you don't know where they are, just assume they're going to be in the bush that you are walking right towards. Not always the case, but it's better to be safe than never. Now, I kind of messed up there. I kind of messed up here. It wasn't really a mistake, so to say, but like I could have definitely capitalized on this a lot more with the Bane being that low. But I am worried of I'm trying to keep in mind Galio and Seraphine. If both of them get their abilities on you, you are not moving. Like you are not going to be able to play the game. And I was like, you know, it's in the back of my mind. I was like, I want to do the safe, guaranteed play, and that like going for that double. I could have profited off of that, but I felt like I didn't need to, so it was safer just to get out with what I did. Capitalize what I did profit, I should say. But anyway, yeah, I could have probably killed that Bane, but the safer bet is to just take what I have. I got red buff. I have, I believe I have, thought I had Herald. I guess do I have Herald? Hold on. I do have Herald. Okay, it's not, does it not show it on this little page right here? I guess not. Well, I do have Herald. I thought so because my hands are glowing purple, but I think there's another effect that does that. Anyway, so I have 2,000 gold right now, about half health, quarter mana. What should I do, you ask? Well, someone in their right mind would probably, you know, they have the Herald. They don't necessarily have to use it right away because the Herald gives you a quicker back. So if anything, I could get back to base quicker and run out. But I think I got baited by this very low tower. And I was like, well, maybe we can get an inhib. I think that's what I was thinking. I mean, that's what makes sense. That sounds like something I would think of. Like, you know, tower's low. Maybe we get an inhib. Like, that's the thought process behind that. But I am sitting on, like, 2,000 gold. Let's see. Yeah, I dropped the Herald, and then I turned from Tristana. Riven is there. I don't know why I turned around right there, because I'm pretty sure that just got me killed. I used my barrier. I have no flash. I have no sums. And I think that's just a classic overstay, honestly. I think that's a classic overstay. The Herald did get the turret. Yeah, see, that Herald wasn't even that good. That was actually, I'd say that was a pretty big blunder. Because, like, that turret did not... we did not have to throw the Herald there, but, you know, in my head, I was like, oh, well, we toss the Herald and we get an inhib. Well, I should have just backed. I should have just backed. But anyway, let's see what the team's doing. They are getting Dragon. 3 of the enemy team is here. Seraphine is going to die. Galio comes in. We do get the Dragon, but that's the CC I was talking about, Galio, that taunt, bro. That taunt. So our Amumu's low, our Renekton's super low. They're gonna get everyone but the Riven and the Bane. I think everyone might die here. I know Amumu dies here. He has to. Yeah, that's... Oh yeah, I forgot, dude. This Ziggs is steady on, like, no health. You're welcome, Ziggs. Just come in and help out the friendly Yordle. But right now, I gotta keep in mind, I don't have barrier, I don't have flash. I do have my ultimate, though. Tristana's gonna go ahead and just dive a Riven. And it works out. But something, also, speaking of that, you don't want to, just because something worked out, does not mean that that was, like, the correct play. I'm a big advocate on there is always a correct play. Like, imagine chess. Like, I see it like chess. Like, if you throw out a piece and it does, like, a couple things at once, like, let's say it threatens a piece while defending a piece at the same time, that's a pretty effective play. Pretty efficient, I would say. And you can do the same thing with this game, and that's how I play. I try to play this game like chess. Like, if all 5 of them are on the top side, well, none of them can be bot, right? So why not I get a bunch of bot objectives if they're not really doing anything? You know, if they're not really threatening a very valuable objective. Like, let's say that all 5 of them thought it was necessary to take this turret right here. If all 5 of them are taking that turret, and let's say like dragon's up, why would I go here? I'm not going to defend that turret. There's no way I can. I go up there and I die. But if all 5 of them are top and the dragon's up, this is a hypothetical, then obviously get the dragon. Who's gonna stop me? You know, nobody. But I think I get this. I'll just play it. I think I get this tower. But once again, I'm getting that amount of gold where it's like I should really think about when I'm going back to base so I can get my item advantage. I'm quite confident I do it here. Yeah. So Galio is gonna collect this wave. Ziggs is gonna go mid. I'm back in base right now. What do I pick up? So I decided to opt for the hourglass. And this is something I do with Kaisa a lot, and it could be wrong. Anything I say could be wrong, but like if I'm pretty confident about it, you know, it's like I'm like 95% sure. But I don't think I know everything, but I know what works for me so far. So if there is something that works for you that's a lot better, I'd like to hear the logic on it. You know, I'd like to weigh the pros and cons because I'm pretty open to changing my mind on something, and I think you guys should be too, because there's always new information coming out. We haven't figured it out all the way. Anyway, let me go over here. So the state of the game, I'm leaving the base. I have a couple options. Some are better than others. I could go to this bot side and collect this wave, which I don't recommend because look at the amount of vision we just don't have. All 5 of them are MIA. I don't know where any of them are. I'm just a squishy little Kaisa. It doesn't take much to jump on her and kill her. So, and there's no objectives up. You know, there's no dragon. There's no herald. Like, none of that's up. It seems like the no-brainer may be to go mid. I would even argue getting jungle camps, but there's nothing to get on this side. So everything I want to do is going to revolve around this mid area and in this like top area, because there's nothing for me to do really anywhere over here unless I want to leave the danger zone and get like 4 minions. There's not even a cannon there. Like, that's a lot of risk for not really getting something out of it. But anyway, let me play it. Yeah, so our entire jungle is going to be gone. Seraphine showed up for just a second. Seraphine, Galio, I don't like it. Vayne is actually on the bot side. So Vayne is kind of a threat, but she can't threaten us from across the map. So I'm going to move up a little more confidently. Maybe like if you get an opportunity, take their plants, see what jungle they have, throw down some wards. Like, guys, use those wards. Because after playing with like emeralds and diamonds, I'm like, I feel like our ward coverage should be a little better. Like, you know, it's so important. Because even if the ward does not tell you where they are, you can see where they're not, you know? Think of it that way. So if you ward their buffs or their important camps or something like that, even if they're not there, whatever, at least you know they're not there, and then you can walk away. Let's see. So 4 of them are on the map, 3 of them now by Ribbon. Galio's going up. I actually, I can't rewind. I wish we had better playback tools, but let's see what's going on over here. Someone's going to get that. So right now, 2 of them are dead. Their Riven and their Seraphine are dead. And Galio and Jarvan are up here. And I remember Vayne was on the other side of the map. Well, even if Vayne was there, all 5 of us are here, which I'm not really sure if that's a good idea, but what's the alternative? 5 of us, we don't have to be bot side right away because the tower's already gone. Mid is in a neutral position. There are no camps for a Mumu. This just seems like the no-brainer because there's just there's like nothing to really do unless we want to send somebody into the Fog of War to ward this jungle. So this actually seems pretty safe. I see Vayne did join the party, but like I said, all 5 of us are there. What is she gonna do? And I'm always trying to stay, especially on ADC. If you're in a carry position and if you're as item dependent as an ADC, because they're basically nothing without items, even if they're level 15, they don't really do anything. They're based off of auto attacks, not abilities. So I saw the opportunity to get some free Krugs. And whenever you take the opponent's jungle, consider it like double effective, because not only are you taking the camps for yourself, but you're denying that camp for the enemy. And that's also so it's like double efficient. It's like really good. Let's carry on. That wave in mid is still in the neutral position, but that wave bot side is getting pretty, well, it disappeared, my bad. If you saw it on the map, you saw it. But that one's getting pretty big. That is going to, yeah, there's a cannon. We have 2 cannons. It's hard to say if that, I'm pretty sure that doesn't actually push towards us, but we know eventually we're gonna have to go get down there and get them. Ideally someone would just go get it anyway. Where were we? So we're about 12 minutes, 43 seconds into the game. Let me see if I put something in the notes just in case I missed something. Yeah, I kind of like write down ahead of time what I'm looking at, and I already did it to a couple videos, so you know I will get to those because they're pretty exciting. But this was the first one I did, so like the memory is not, you know, not as good. All right. Okay. Well, according to my notes, I'm about to int, so that's gonna be cool. Go ahead and get this back started again. Let's see. But while we see it, so Ziggs has about 75% health. Tristana's pretty good. She has a red buff. And so there's 4 of them there. Who is not here? So we have Vayne, Galio, Riven, and Jarvan. That means Seraphine is MIA. And remember, if I don't see them, I assume that they are somewhere lurking around in a bush, because that's usually how it goes down. But Renekton is chillin'. Amumu is on the way. We do have a wave coming down here. Now, there are some cannons there. Cannons are pretty spicy, but you got to think of, like, what takes priority. Like, do I leave my team to go get some cannons before they even get to the turret? Or do I help the team out, and if we win the team fight, you know, if it's looking good, maybe we can get, like, the Baron that's showing up in 15 seconds. I can't remember what was going on in my head. This is all hindsight, and hindsight's 2020, so get prepared for it. So Jarvan initiates. Let me go to half speed. Jarvan initiates. I'm stuck in the box. I do have flash, and I do have ult. Now, Jarvan's in the center of his ult, which is terrain, so if I try to ult, like, to him, because, you know, Kai'Sa's ult lets you go in the vicinity of a champion, I'd still be stuck in the box, and I can't ult to anyone else. So my only option here is the flash, but I'm kind of fuzzy, but I'm pretty sure I royally messed this up. But I do flash, and we should be leaving, and I don't know what happened there. Once again, I inted. But I don't think it was actually the intentional part of int. I am working with an iPad. It has a different layout. Not trying to make excuses, like, this was just an int. But as you can see, I went with my with my W and my R right into the team. Best case scenario, I don't know what I do in this situation. But Renekton's coming. Amumu's there. Ziggs is clearly running away. He has blue buff though, so he does get the passive health regeneration. Tristana's I at this point I should have been pinging, like, leave. I messed up. Just leave. Don't die, you know, but of course I didn't do that. I was too busy inting. So they pop summoners. Let me get a better view of this. I do Zanya's, hoping to stall maybe sometime just in case they do come in. Maybe that was probably a mistake too. I don't know how I could have salvaged that much of a mess up. So I'm going to go down. Jarvan, their jungler, is dead. So that is a perk. Our Amumu, unfortunately, also dies. I think Seraphine dies here. Yeah, Seraphine dies here. Ziggs, I think, is... Yeah, alright, rest in peace, Ziggs. My bad, bro. Yeah, that's how the smallest things you do can definitely just... That's bad. I shouldn't have to explain why that's bad, but, you know, we handed over... We gave Riven a double kill. They just profited so much off of that mistake. And this is the stuff we learned. So I'll work on that, but that honestly was an accident. So that's a big oopsies. Let me go back to normal speed.
Enemy slain.
The chase is real. All right. So Riven's gonna bite the dust. We are unfortunately gonna lose these minions. So this turret did take a dive. Now, Ideally, in a perfect world, I would shove out all the waves before doing stuff, but and maybe, you know, I could have pinged back or something and got to it, but like we were watching this wave for a minute. Like we knew that this wave was coming to this turret and we just didn't do anything about it. We really should have though, because now we're going to lose 3 cannons, and I know that sucks and you can't win them all, but like you can still do something. But you know, someone could have backed and got it, shoved out the waves, because that creates pressure, and probably will make little guides on the little fundamentals as far as I know them. You know, I'm constantly trying to understand stuff at a higher level, so I like if I do make a guide on like pressure, it's going to be through a lot of research, and I'm probably not going to do it alone because I don't want to be teaching I don't want to be teaching wrong stuff. I don't want to spread misinformation. I highly am against that. If I throw out any info, it's going to be based off of logic and it as close to the objective truth as possible. But you know, these games are chaotic, and that's the name of the game, dude. Chaos. Turn it converting wins into chaos. But yeah, so we weren't paying attention to that wave at all. We almost lost this turret for it. But this wave should be pushing back now because the minions are closer to this turret. We are killing their minions faster than their minions are killing ours. So our wave is going to slowly kind of push that way, like towards their base now. So, I mean, it costs like 75-80% of the turret's health, but I mean, you know, try to see the silver lining. But yeah, we should have done something about that. Not to dwell on that too much. Well, let's see what's going on. So we also lose a mid turret. Like Ocean Dragon is up in 30 seconds. Baron is also alive. So let's see what we can do here. Vayne's about to go into the fog of war. All of them are going to be Mia. All of them are going to be gone. And you know what to assume with that. I do get whatever I can, even though it's not ideal, but whatever. I'm going to be going back. I have 900 gold, so I hope this back is good, but I'm pretty sure I get a Runins off it. I think I need 900 gold for my Runins at this point. So let's see. So we're pushing out mid. We have a big wave going top. That's going to kill the turret. I already know that because that's a big wave. The turret's basically dead as it is. I am slowly running back to the fight, hoping I get there in time, but we're not hard initiating, so it's pretty good. I think I do grab this red buff real quick because I probably noticed that we weren't going in. We were just kind of dancing around the dragon. Jarvan goes in. Don't do that, son. That's a big mistake. Galio comes in. All the CC's going out. As you can see, I'm trying to position. I'm attacking the closest person to me. If you want me to attack their backline, well, then we need someone messing them up, and I need to safely get to that backline. If not, all 3 of our damage dealers are right here, focusing down one person. Like, I'd say that positioning was just about as good as we were going to get it. So, I don't have any complaints on that. And that is a triple kill. Hopefully a little bit of redemption. Galio is almost dead, and we are now officially losing 2 towers from just letting, like, you got to push the waves. Because we just lost all of our top turrets AFK. And that's, it's not ideal, but once again, it comes down to priorities. I'm not saying, like, we completely messed up, but the thing is, if we are going to lose these, being in a position where we have, higher priorities, we need to make sure we capitalize on that, because now the exchange turns into, we got a triple kill, Galio got away, we have all of this open stuff, but it cost us 2 turrets, and those don't respawn. So, you know. So we're pushing the inhibitor. Tristana, I wish she had a blue buff, but she was kind of life-stealing. We get the inhibitor, and luckily, the enemy team's doing the same thing. Like, the enemy team's doing the same thing, so luckily, we're also getting stuff for free. So that's good. We are pinging on the way to the dragon. Honestly, hold on, what time is it? What did I put in my notes? Yeah, I was actually unsure about this. I wanted to know if we could get Baron, but if you don't know, you can get Baron, but you know you can get the dragon. It's best to just go with what you know you can get. Like, that's why people are like, don't coin flip. Don't, like, Like, because like you can play this game with calculated decisions. If we know 100% we can get the dragon, but we know that everyone on the enemy team, well, just about all of them are going to be up in about 10 seconds, how quick can we kill the Baron? Because if we're fighting the Baron, you have to think, Baron's attacking us, it's shredding our resistances, we're using our cooldowns on the Baron. If a team that just got out of base got to that Baron, they are in such an advantageous position. You got to think, is that risk really worth it? Because if they come in and crash and you'll be like, no, I have faith in my team. You're flipping a coin, man. You're flipping a coin. Like, do you know you can burn the Baron in 10 seconds? Do you know that you can turn around and fight like the enemy team? But I wasn't taking a risk because they have a Seraphine, enough said. They have Jarvan, enough said. Like, not doing it. So, like, Dragon was the guaranteed play, but I still want to know if we could have got the Baron there for future games. But of course, like, all the variables are not going to be the same every time. Let's see. So we are going to get that bottom turret basically AFK. I'm pretty sure Tristana gets it. I wouldn't be opposed to attacking the Nexus. If I could rewind, I could. I probably will do it when I'm editing it. But knowing that they were up in 10 seconds, the last thing I want to do is not get the Nexus and then just die, let them get Baron, and then win. That's like, you know, they're saying go for the Nexus. I would have loved to go for the Nexus. That's the point of the game. I want to kill their Nexus so bad. That's why I log on every day. But I don't know if we would have got away with it in that situation. Maybe we could have. But the thing is, I already had in my mind what I'm going to do. I'm not deviating from it. I know for a fact we can get this dragon. If it delays the game for another like couple minutes or whatever, it's the safe play instead of like just flipping a coin and saying, hey, let's just hope this works out. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. Anyway, let's get this going. So yeah, we get the dragon here. I know that Tristana is going to get that bottom turret. Amumu's coming from base. Is he going top? It looks like he might be going top. Let's see. Is he going to Baron?
Your team has slain the
But once
dragon.
again, like, it doesn't, like, I think, does he go over there? I think he does. Hold on. Maybe he does. All right, so good on Amumu. There is a wave coming. Now, you should always push the wave out before you do something, just in case that situation with that bot side turret that from the enemy team, how we basically got it for free and basically the rest of our towers. Like, the minions are your teammates. And the whole point of the game is to take your minions from your Nexus to the enemy Nexus, right? So what better way to do that than to give them a head start? You know, push the minions out there. Someone on the enemy team has to deal with those minions. And if they don't, that's why we get free turrets. That's why the enemy team got free turrets. Because we weren't playing around the minions. So they didn't even have to do anything to get the objectives. Like, we missed out on all the minions. They get the turret gold, and it's fine. But remember, there are priorities. So you have to say, like, hey, I can't get that turret. Like, whatever we get from this, it's worth losing that turret. You know, it's a game of give and take. So it looks like we are backing here. I have a lot of gold.
Nice.
There's the Infinity Edge. Okay, so Infinity Edge and Brawler's Gloves, or Crit Gauntlet, whatever you want to call them. Tristana and Ziggs are up top. You can see on the map. I don't know if I should start panning the camera around, or if I should, like, you know, because I know no one wants to look at the map, and, like, you know, I understand, but, like, it's a habit that you really should build. It's almost a requirement. You need to get used to look at the map. So maybe, so it looks like we have a Baron play, but look at the map. All 5 of them are alive. All 5 of the enemy is alive. We don't know where they are, but think about, where are they going? Or do you think they're going to go here? All 5 of them? You think all 5 of them are going to go here? I mean, it's likely. It's NA after all. It is NA. So Tristana and Ziggs are on zone patrol. Let's see how this plays out. Where do the enemies start showing up? There's Jarvan. He has a sweeper. Oh, look, there's Seraphine. And I see Galio over here. Let's focus on this Baron play. How do we position around it? So we know that the Baron is up. Tristana's moving up. I actually have a lot of faith in the Tristana because she's been doing goated stuff all game. So Vayne's out. I try to get up and poke them whenever I can, as long as it's free damage. But I go back a little farther, try to get a better idea. So we're just kind of dancing around the pit, and at this point I don't really care too much because we have pressure all the way to their nexus. So I do go in. I know I was kind of talking. Maybe I should be able to. Alright, so Riven does not get away, and if you play any bruisers, or fighters or anyone that really utilizes Death's Dance, you should always remember that 30%, or I think it's 30%, like 30% of your damage is actually converted into a bleed, and she died from the Death's Dance bleed. So whenever you have Death's Dance, you got to remember, you got to leave a little buffer of health. Always leave a little bit more health than you think you need for that bleed, just in case you get bursted, because that bleed will kill you, and I've seen it happen so many times, and people are like, how did I die? Well, remember what Death's Dance does. Remember that. Yeah, this game's basically over though, but key takeaways: recall. A couple times I should have recalled. My back timings were not very good this game. So maybe whenever I have enough gold, if I can back, that's fine. And if, like, even if they push under turret, I'm talking about, like, you know, the early game with Vayne and Seraphine just hard shoving the lanes. I was like, I need to back, but I can't leave the turret because they're just going to push it into turret. Like, I need to optimize my back times. Yeah, it's like, don't be stuck with too much gold. Spend the gold, because gold does not give you stats. Gold gets turned into items that give you stats. So gotta keep that in mind. You don't want to be walking around with too much gold. You have about like anywhere from like 12 to 1500 gold, and you can't think of what to do in the immediate next like 30 seconds. Just back. It takes about 8 seconds to back, and it doesn't take you that much longer to get back out there. So don't hold on to the gold for too long. I need to be more centered around the waves, because the waves messed us up a couple times. We didn't lose the game. It didn't lose us this game though, maybe, but it can definitely lose you a game down the road. Like, imagine if we went after the Nexus before we went, you know, that dragon play that we had. If we went to that Nexus there was a chance, because like 4 of them were on 10-second death timers or something like that. Like, they could have been up, and even if they killed us under Nexus, they would have went straight to Baron. They could have actually ended the game through our top lane where we had no towers, you know? So that's the kind of stuff I think about. You want to think of what is the price of your play? How expensive is that play? Like, what do you have to lose to gain this? If you are gaining a lot less than if you're losing a lot more than you gain, then that is not worth it. I you know, obviously. But anyway, so that's going to be the end of this game. I'll have to think of some more takeaways. Maybe I'll watch it again and try to come up with like a game plan of how to adapt my strategy every game with lessons from this one. You know, that I could have worded that a lot better. But how do I make my future games better, learning from the mistakes from my previous games? Well, it's the replay system.